When I have looked for the causes of my mental illness, it's pretty easy to see that there were environmental factors. Confusion is a major cause of mental illness, and I was certainly confused growing up. I was given a lot of cross signals. But particularly with the type of mental illness that I have, or one of the major types, schizotypal personality disorder, there is believed to be a biological vulnerability along with environmental factors. There's an interplay between the two. I had been searching for the biological vulnerability. I thought that there was a biological factor, a biological vulnerability. I had asked if there was a history of some schizophrenia in my family. There wasn't on either side of my family. Because and people likely to develop the schizotypal disorder are more likely to develop it if they have schizophrenic relatives. But I don't. Sometimes it was pushed at me that, I didn't like vegetables as a child, and I still don't like vegetables very much. But that's pretty common. It just didn't satisfy me as a cause for, severe mental illness is not liking vegetables. Okay, my brother mentioned something that my mom had mentioned to him, but had never mentioned to me. During her pregnancy with me, or with what would become me, she had been prescribed diet pills. And during the 1950s, I was born in 1957, that would have been amphetamine diet pills. Now, I did some research on that. And I found out that there have been studies of children whose mothers took those diet pills during the pregnancy. Among the symptoms that they had, I keyed into the symptoms that they had, which I also had. These children were more likely to be anxious, more likely to be depressed, more likely to be withdrawn, also more likely to have problems getting along with peers, and more likely to be defiant or rebellious. My mother always said that as soon as I started school, I was, in her words, rebellious and uncooperative. I tend to remember that about myself. I also believe that, and people who know me agree that I have this problem, that I have a problem very common among children who get picked on a lot and who are ostracized. And I still have this problem of having trouble reading and responding to nonverbal cues. And it is believed that at least 50% of human communication, and perhaps more, is nonverbal cues. And again, and all those things could have been the result of my mother having been prescribed diet pills during her pregnancy. Now, it seems to me like this was medical malpractice, and very obviously medical malpractice. If you're going to go on a diet, you go on a diet after you have the baby, not while you're eating for two. I mean, yes, you're going to get fat during the pregnancy, And that could cause a problem after you're pregnant. But you go on the diet afterwards, not while you're eating for two. And it's very obvious that you give a pregnant woman something, and that could transfer to the developing brain and the developing central nervous system of the fetus. I believe, and my brother believes, that I was a victim, and my mother was a victim, and our whole family was a victim of medical malpractice.